Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you may be. I'm Cassandra Joan Butler, Agent 56 with the Cosmic Intelligence Agency, and beaming into you from Western New York, a rather foggy evening as we have presumably a very early spring. And interested in knowing where you're listening in from and what your weather might be like. We're in the balsamic phase of this particular lunation, which was brought together a long time ago, February 9th. That was the new moon in Aquarius. So we're at the ending phase of the new moon in Aquarius. We're readying ourselves for a new moon this Sunday in Pisces. So it's been kind of a whirlwind month. Anyone who's had a whirlwind month, I mean, this is, the new moon seems like so long ago, but there's been a lot of energy, a lot of Mars, Venus, and Aquarius energy that's been going on, a lot of contemplation. And now we're getting quiet. We're letting go, letting God. We're ending a cycle and we're preparing for a new one. So tonight I want to look at where we're at today, balsamic, and where we'll be after Sunday, and maybe give you some suggestions on how to prepare for the new moon and also how to work with the energy. Common to all of the next couple of days energies, there are Sabian symbols which evoke children, which evoke the innocence and the sensitivity, the naivety of a child, and the purity of a child. So keep that in the back of your mind. I'm going to say hello, John and Gurjeet, hello, and Shaki and Jojo and Robin and Candy. Yes, things are going well. Thank you for asking. Hi, Jerry. Hi, Sherry. Sherry and Jerry right next to each other. I love it. And Janet and Marcy and Donna. And Donna, did I send that out to you? I meant to. Do you know how long my little list is? Forgive me. I'm in a great place tonight because I had a couple of hours just to myself. And I don't know about you, but my mother used to say this. You got to be quiet. You have to be alone so you can hear yourself think. I need that probably more than most because I have a loaded 12th house translation. I'm very private and I need to kind of touch in with that Mercury of mine. Well, anyway, I'm getting super excited about the solar eclipse, friends. And what I was talking to Donna M about is I had a beautiful class on Sunday. It was on the solar eclipse, some ideas I have been looking at regarding the Aries 19 degrees total solar eclipse touchdown in Buffalo, New York. But of course, the solar eclipse's energy is affecting everybody. Doesn't have to be in Buffalo, New York. But if you'd like to get a copy of that free hour-long video, I'm going to be placing it on my YouTube channel. And you can also just send me an email and I'll send you something. It's also a very good summary of some of the things we'll be doing at the retreat, and you're also very welcome to attend. And I will be doing some virtual options as well. So we're focusing on healing. We're focusing on healing the inner child. And I think it's kind of appropriate as we move through the next week. The Sabian symbols are very much about children. So the question of the week for you right now, are you feeling the quietness? Are you going through yesterday, today, presumably tomorrow and Friday, almost a sense of resignation and letting go? Because that's the energy. Every single night between now and the moon is disappearing. We're in the waxing, the waning cycle, I beg your pardon. And so it's kind of like a sense of peace and looking at what is really necessary in our lives, simplifying what really matters. All right. So without further ado, I'm going to add this to your visuals, new moon and Pisces. I'm going to focus on the new moon, what we're going to talk about right now. So right now we're in balsamic. So until Sunday, let go and let God. And I'm just going to give you the time of the new moon. I'm sure it's on the wheel there, but I want to make sure You can get prepared to make your new moon wishes. So the sun and the moon are at 20 degrees of Pisces on Sunday Eastern time at 5 in the morning, keeping in mind daylight savings time in the eastern part of the world takes place at 2 a.m. on Sunday the 10th. Okay, so but this is right now. So as of yesterday, we're in balsamic, and the Sabian symbol is tender care. In the hospital, a children's ward is filled with toys. The question of the week might be, are you doing any caretaking this week? Are you in service to others, perhaps in service to children? All right, so that's one aspect, or of little fluffy things, right? Our fluffy children, our animal friends. The moon lunation is squaring the north node. That's implying we are having to integrate a new direction this week. Even though we're letting go, we're quiet, we're peaceful, we're meditating more, but we're still very mindful of some new things, new qualities that are touching in with us, whether it be outside of our immediate life or within our families. So this moon is putting some tension with a new direction. So that might be going on in your life. This is an interesting thing. Again, my interpretation, and astrologers, please pitch in and interpret as you will. I use a lot of extra points in my chart readings because I'm interested in the feminine, and I'm interested literally in psychic spirituality and mediumship and so forth. So I always use Psyche as an asteroid. I use Sedna, which is this mysterious feminine energy, and Black Moon Lilith. All right, so they are in grand trine relationship. They're forming a triangle in the sky this week in Earth. And so one of the things that occurs to me is that this week we may be grounding the reality of duplicity somewhere in our own personal lives or out there in the big evolving collective. But we might see what's going on that we don't like it, right? It's duplicity, some lies, some manipulations, but we're refusing to allow it to upend ourselves. So don't let anything upend you. You might see and observing and maybe even being the recipient of some manipulation or duplicity, but you say to yourself, you know what? I'm not going to make this ruin my day. So that type of energy, I'm still going to ground myself. I have the understanding because Psyche's involved. I'm going to trust my gut. I'm going to trust my intuition, but I'm not going to let it uproot me or upend me. Saturn, meanwhile, is opposite Juno. Juno is what? The good partner, the wife, the husband, the BFF. Saturn opposite Juno is reminding us that to be a good partner, you have to be responsible to your partner. It's not all flowers and chocolates, right? You have to take care and do what's necessary to help the people in your life. So you may be called into service to do some responsible things for your partners this week. The other thing this week, Hygeia, Miss Asteroid of Health, is right next to Mercury. So we might be imagining what it would be like to be healthier in our lives. What can I do to have better physical health? But remember, in astrology, the polarity of Virgo, which is our physical health, is opposite Pisces. So Pisces is kind of like our emotional, spiritual health. So what can I do to create more peace within myself, whether it be meditation or prayer or walking in the woods? We're imagining that because Hygeia wants us to be healthy. Mercury's right next to Hygeia. So the key word is health. What does health come from? The word. Well, health comes from whole. What does whole come from? Holy. So when we are in a holistic relationship with mind, body, and spirit, we are doing our Hygeia. So that's one of the themes for this week. And then Sunday, the big drum roll, we've got the new moon. We've got the new moon, like I said, 5 o'clock in the morning, Eastern time is when the sun and the moon together in the sky at 20 degrees of Pisces. So find where 20 degrees of Pisces is in your chart. And that's where you have the opportunity to reset, reboot, restart your life. So if it's in the house of money, you can look at your income. If it's in the house of relationship, to do the same with your relationships. Or if it happens to be your birthday, it's a whole year's worth of new beginnings. I'm being a little bit using a little nepotism, I guess, right now, because I'm pretty sure, I hope my daughter's listening. This Sunday is her birthday. Happy birthday, daughter. And so she is going to have a fantastic year ahead, and she is starting a new direction in her career. And it's kind of interesting because it happens to fall on this birthday. And this is true for all of you friends, right? If your birthday falls on the new moon of any given year, you look ahead, and that's a great opportunity to have a new job, to have a new relationship, to have a new divorce, whatever. You can reinvent yourself, because your identity with the solar return chart is emphasizing newness. Okay, so all you birthdays out there being born on March 10th, fabulous new year ahead for you. All right. So the new moon is opposite Juno and black moon Lilith. It's a similar interpretation to this week, but when we have an opposition, the planets are opposite to each other, we're really seeing something eye to eye, nose to nose. We're having a revelation. So one of the themes with this new moon is seeing others, their issues, and still accepting them. The new moon is conjunct Hygeia. Now we're really on the driver's seat to get more healthy in our lives, to take the steps necessary. Mercury moves into Aries. We're going to become more dynamic in our communication. If we're, I don't know, been lagging with taking care of, I'm guilty of this, taking care of emails or scheduling or whatever, we can become more fired up at this new moon, because Mercury is saying, I'm going to do it. Now, this is true for not just Sunday, but also Saturday, friends. Look to where Taurus and look to where Aquarius is falling in your chart, because that would be a seat of some friction in your life or in the life out there in the collective. Mars is squaring Uranus. The question you may ask yourself, do I really want to tear down the past? Mars is action. Uranus is upset the apple cart. So we may be having some of those urges to just say, forget everything that came before here. I am changing. I am moving ahead, and etc. So let's get that Twitter off my screen. So that's our new moon. Oh, back to the little lamb Sabian symbol. My daughter was born with this. I'm going to read it to you because it's a little complex. The little lamb degree. And it's some of these symbols, again, are very esoteric. They're very odd. They're word pictures. I love them. All right. Under the watchful and kind eye of a Chinese servant. Now, this can be applied for the next month, friends, at this new moon. At the kind and watchful eye of a Chinese servant, a girl fondles a little white lamb. It represents a growth in consciousness in the earliest tactile awareness of the wonders of unsophisticated living. Well, this is Mark Edmund Jones, and he goes on to say that when they have a symbol that refers to Chinese, that's referring to the original occult root race. Okay, I'm just saying what they said. I'm not saying that's true. But in other words, we're taking the old kindness of that original, very long-lived culture, the Chinese. Again, this was written in 1928. And we combine that with the naivete of a little girl that's fondling this beautiful lamb. Now, lamb in esoteric circles represents what? Aries, the lamb. So there's this combination of the old with the new, sprinkled with a little naivete and sprinkled with a lot of kindness and tactile energy. And here's my transparency. So my beautiful daughter was born on that birthday. We don't have a lamb in our house, but we have two dogs that look like little lambs, curly, blondish apricot fur. And those are her babies, and they love her. And we started doing this Cavachon craziness, I think in 2008. Right. So we always have these beautiful little doggies that really resemble lambs, and they love her and she loves them, and that they are her little babies. So I think it's kind of interesting. She didn't pick this particular breed of dog because of her Sabian symbol. Look at this book, but she just happened to love them, and they resemble little lambs. So that symbol is taking us all through the next month, friends. Think in terms of tactile, tenderness, animal safety and protection. If you have animals, you know what I'm talking about, right? But the idea is that there's a sweetness about the next month, and because the new moon is in that degree. All right. So big hugs to all of you for being here. We're going to do our spiritual work right now. I'm just going to look at the kind of comments here. Anyone have that letting go and letting God routine this past week? Hi, Carolyn. Hi, Sherry H. Hi, Cindy at W from Florida, right? Hi, Jenna. Hi, Lorianne. Oh my goodness. Jenna said her classroom was a madhouse. Well, again, a lot of times I can't say directly why, but there's been a lot of that energy that Mars coming up to Uranus in the sky can create some friction and some chaos. Okay. All right, Leslie, I'm sorry you missed it too, but again, I'm going to be posting the solar eclipse video on my YouTube channel, and my people who are part of my and you can sign up, on my newsletter. You'll get a link for that as well. And I have to do a shout out. Look at friends, if you want to come to the eclipse retreat, details are on my website. Would love to have you participate. It's going to be fabulous. And then afterwards, hey, what are you doing in the end of May as we're preparing for Jupiter going into Gemini? Jupiter's going to be in Gemini, and we're going to be going to Alaska. It's a healing cruise. Details on my website as well. Okay, Janine, it's your birthday too. Does that resonate with you? Thank you for sharing, Tina. Happy birthday, Janine. Everyone give Janine a big hug. Yes. Okay. You're never late, honey. You're always here right on time. Hi, Cynthia Rose. Hi, Michelle. Oh, your son's a March 10th birthday. Is he single? Ooh, did I say that? I'm sorry. I'm just being an interfering mama. Okay, big hugs to you all. All right, we're going to do some readings, friends. All you have to do is say you want a reading, and I'll come to you with my eyes closed or not, and we'll trust spirit. Dear God, please allow me to serve. Please allow my words be filled with love and light, truth, inspiration, and healing for the highest and the best as we align ourselves with the Holy Spirit. Amen. I have come to Jojo. Joanne, I'm with you, honey. So, Joanne, who's a beautiful Pisces as well. Happy birthday. As I'm tuning into you, sweetie, the first thing that's coming into my awareness is your own Father in spirit. And he needs you to know this, that you've been carrying around a little bit of guilt here, something to do with you visiting him or not visiting him at the very end of his life. He says, it's all erased. There's no more guilt on your shoulders, my daughter. And he's saying that he has never been able to say how proud he was consistently when he was embodied, but he's super proud of what you've done with your life. And he wishes it was a little easier in your life right now. He's saying that you got to be patient. You got to go with the flow, one step at a time, use your humor. And he says you got some of your sarcastic humor from him. All right. And he says that was a contribution he had made to you. And he's also saying that things are going to lighten up. I don't know. There's something. I'm getting more psychic with you right now. It's not him, but it feels like there's a lot of like obstacles immediately in front of you about making some decisions relative to either money or finance or second house, eighth house things, and take your time. Don't rush it. You'll have. And I'm getting this psychically after the eclipse. You'll have a better awareness of what steps you want to take to ensure a more secure. Not retirement, because you never quite retire. Your hands are always literally in a lot of things, but going forward. But there's some question marks. But after the eclipse of the 8th of April, you'll have a lot more clarity is the word I want to give to you, dear Joanne. So thank you for being here. Okay. Does that resonate with you, Joanne? Okay. All right. And for our next little read, I'm with Teresa Hernandez. Hello, Teresa. All right, honey. I'm tuning into your energy. The first thing that comes to mind with you are young men. I think they're nephews, sons, but I get plural. That you are, maybe you're a teacher. I have no idea, Teresa, but I'm getting you are doing some very positive work for young people. And you're a good role model, and you use a very strong, firm, logical, but loving guidance, that what comes out of your mouth is so funny, but it's so poignant and it's so direct, Teresa. So keep on doing that. All right. And I'm talking about you giving advice to these younger people, and support. You don't coddle them, but you get your way because you see things. You're very, very intuitive, Teresa. You've got the gift of being aligned with spirit, with God of your understanding. And I get the word prayer with you, and I get the word devoted. All right. And that's coming from your grandmother who's in spirit. Okay. She was we might call a combination of traditional spiritual person, but she would also do some non-traditional rituals as well. I don't know. She's a real character. I think I'm with your mother's side of the family, but you've got a beautiful potpourri of spiritual tools to use, and you're doing the right thing. And she's coming in, she's laughing, and she liked music, this grandmother of yours, and dancing and singing, and you have that gift as well. And I leave that with you, Miss Teresa. Okay. I hope that makes sense. You're welcome to give me some feedback. Okay. All right, sweethearts. So I would love to do more reads, but we're getting to that time of the night. Everything was true with you, Teresa. Does that make sense? Good. Well, thank you for being here, and thank you all for being here. Hi, Brittany. Okay, miss and love you too. Where the heck are you? You're somewhere on the planet, I'm sure. She's a traveler. She works for the travel industry. Oh, Janet, thank you. Oh my gosh. You see how ridiculous I can be? The new moon forecast. Maybe I'll keep it at the end. That will keep you guys guessing to the very end. Okay. I get too excited. All right. Hold on. Don't no one go away. Here's the forecast for all of you. I wrote it down. Not there. I might have to rewrite it. What I do, I just write down houses. I might have to write down the houses. Okay, I'm just going to do it this way. Pencil. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's a lot of moving parts in this cosmic connection. As I'm doing this, please, I want you all to do a favor for me, and that would be check out the offerings, please, at the Cosmic Intelligence Agency. Fantastic webinars and articles. And I do know that Julia is preparing a new Time Lords magazine that will be coming out. So I want to give you all that as a heads up. Thank you, Jan. I could always count on Janet to remind me when I goof up. All right. New moon in Pisces. We'll start with the Pisces people. Then you can go home and get some rest. This new moon is your second birthday. Make your wishes and imagine your life in the next year as being a little bit more structured, because we've got Saturn in Pisces, friends, until technically it's completely out on Valentine's Day of 2026, but it's floating through Pisces for the next year. So you Pisces friends can really get your life in target. And so this is a fantastic year to imagine and put forth your best foot forward and create boundaries too. Don't do things you don't want to do, Pisces. So like a happy birthday with the new moon for Pisces. I'm going to jump to Aries now. Aries, this new moon that begins on Sunday is all about what? Your spirituality, your ability to relax, your ability to trust, to do more praying, more meditating, and to getting away from it all, right? Take a walk in the woods, Aries. Don't take yourself too seriously. Align with spirit. All right, that's your keynote for this new moon. For Taurus or Taurus rising, this new moon is knocking on your door and saying, who do you want to hang out with? Who are your friends? Who are your peeps? Get out there, be more social, make a date with a friend, have some coffee, get out there and identify leisure and fun activities with your friends. That's what the new moon is asking and reminding Taurus to do. For Gemini or Gemini rising, this new moon is all about your career, all about your leadership ability, all about your ability to direct a new way in your life. And this is going to be a great year for the Geminis, by the way, at the end of May when we go on the Alaska cruise, because Jupiter's coming into your sign. So you might want to do some planning with this new moon, Gemini. Do some planning this next month about where you want to take your career, what level you want to go to. For our Cancers or Cancer risers, this new moon is all about travel, expansion, marketing, speaking your authentic truth. That's what we want to do if you're Cancer. If you are Leo, this new moon is asking you to dig deeply within your psyche and connect with your internal power. Don't be shy. Don't be afraid. Just identify the things you want to do for the future, including your financial future as well, Leos. For Virgo, this new moon is all about a reminder of who your BFFs are. Who are your partners? Who are the people that support you? Really lavish them with a little praise, Virgo. Allow them to do what they're doing, but you be a good partner to your partners. Partnership, and relationship is top of mind for Virgo. For Libra, it's all about your work. Get organized, Libra. Throw things out. Use better tools. Use better time management. That's the message of this new moon for our Libra friends. And also improve your health habits. For Scorpio, you get to play. This new moon is fabulous for love, joy, romance, getting inside your inner child, and being creative. Those Scorpios need a little laughter once in a while too, you know? So our Sagittarius friends, the new moon is activating your home, your family, trying to smooth things over with family incidents, and take care of maybe doing some remodeling projects or some deep clean. For our Capricorn friends, the new moon is asking you to make a better relationship with time, with your scheduling, with your everyday reality. Clean it up, tighten it up, and you'll benefit. And then last but not least is Aquarius. This is a financial month for you, Aquarius. Take a look at what you're doing with your money making and your money spending. Get rid of debt, whatever you can do. And also remind yourself of how great you are. This is the self-value, self-worth time of the year for our Aquarius friends or Aquarius risers. All right, friends, big hugs to you. You're never too late. It's great to see you, Eileen. You're Gemini. You just resigned. Okay, you want to move forward, your own business. Perfect timing, Alicia. See how the new moon is going to help you? Hi, Lucy. Hi, Tracy. Yes. May I quote you on that, Tracy? Gemini can fall into poo-poo and come out smelling like a rose. But so can everybody. Well, but especially those Geminis, those dual Geminis. Have a blessed week, friends, and make your intentions known widely and clearly to God on Sunday morning, 5 in the morning afterwards, right? After 5 in the morning, Eastern time. And we'll see you next Wednesday. Have a great week.